Hello guys, welcome back once again, and today we have the RTX 4060 and we're going to be testing it in Hellblade 2. So here are the specs of the GPU. As you can see, we have GDDR6 8GB Samsung memory. We are on the latest NVIDIA driver 555.85 as of time I'm recording this video. We have resizable bar turned on inside BIOS. And this is a PCI 8X card at 4.0. And here on Task Manager, we have the Intel Core i7 13700KF CPU installed. We have DDR5 64GB, speeds at 6000 MHz, CL36. And finally, in MSI Afterburner, we have no overclocks applied. Everything is set to stock settings. So let's get inside Hellblade 2 and check out the frame rate, guys. Alright everyone, here we are inside the menu at 1080p resolution up first, and we have DLAA turned on. And this is going to be at a high preset. As you can see, we have motion blur turned off as well. Let's go ahead. Not going to be a great experience, as you can see already. 40 FPS. No wonder it's going to drop to 30 right ahead when I go ahead. This doesn't really look good and doesn't play smooth either. Even the mouse movement is really bad in this game. I don't know if it's only with the Game Pass version. I am not sure about the Steam version. If it's the same. Should be same. And VRAM is at 6.2 gigs. And averaging around 40 pretty much. That's it. Has dropped to 39. We'll have to use some DLSS quality, and as you can see the frame rate up there, now it's touching 60. Yep, now it touches 60, close to 60. This is much better experience. Way smooth now. But that mouse movement still makes it very bad, feel very bad. Have to skip the cutscene over here now. Just now refreshed the counter there for the cutscene. And yeah, the smokes look horrible. The smoke effects using DLSS at 1080p and 1440. I don't even have to test this game at 4K. It's gonna be unplayable. Can try the lowest settings and see. Maybe with DLSS. Might just give us 30 frames, who knows? We'll see. Let's head back in. Switch to DLA. And gonna use medium preset. And medium with DLSS. I mean DLA, sorry. We're getting pretty much the same FPS with DLSS quality at high. VRAM has dropped below 6 now. This game is a truly next-gen game. I would say this and Alan Wake 2 are really great games in terms of visuals. Not next-gen, but I would say current-gen. Yeah. Next gen, who knows when it's gonna come out. Next gen consoles, I mean. Yeah, this looks good, even on medium. The only problem is gonna be, if I turn on DLSS in medium, we will have some noise on our face. So with DLSS quality medium, 80 frames, and when I turn to her face, wait. It's not there. I mean, there are a little bit. Wait. It's a 30, 40, 60. There's no noise on our face with using the medium preset with DLSS. Surprising. It was happening in all the other GPUs I tested. Not here though. Not sure. Was it on 1440p only? Have to check. Okay, this is gonna be the way you should play if you want above 60 FPS all the time, no matter what. This is gonna be the options for you. Medium DLSS quality at 1080p, 77 average. Okay, also gonna try the low preset native, and gives us the same frame rate, but there is no visual noise on the edges though, and the smokes look fine without DLSS. We're getting the same FPS almost. Now it's dropping to 60s. Pretty much gonna stay at 70 average and something like that. Around 70s. And low graphics doesn't even look like low in this game, as I've been always saying. It looks pretty good. I think the game should have had a very low preset at least for very low end GPUs like the yeah, like this 4060, then not 4060 technically, like 3050 I would say would have been beneficial. The 1650, 1660. I'm not sure if those cards can run this game at all, because I don't have any of those. Okay, this time at 1080p, I'm gonna use Frame Gen. As you can see, it has support for DLSS Frame Gen, only for the 40 series GPU, no FSR3 Frame Gen. I'm gonna use it at global high preset. As you can see, let's go ahead, see how good is Frame Gen in this game. I mean, it's already great. I have tested in 4070 Ti Super, and it was working really good. And it's working great here as well. I mean, at 1080p res using Frame Gen, I mean, at 1080p the game looks already bad, and on top of that, using Frame Gen makes it even worse. As you can see, like it looks slow, so blurry. All the grass and everything, the bushes, the houses. It doesn't really feel like that. Immersion gets killed off pretty much. It doesn't make you want to play the game anymore. At least it's not making me want to feel like playing it with these settings. I'd much rather have 60 FPS and a better visual quality in a game like this. Even below 60 I'm fine. Anything around 50 and 60 is gonna be fine for me with games like these. But I want that good graphics, you know. Alright, so we are at 1440p res with DLAA low preset, and it's showing us 48 over there. Yep, 48 it is. I mean, I wouldn't really be playing with this setting because it's gonna drop below 30s often, and how demanding the game is in many areas and parts, in missions, during fights especially. No way I'm gonna use this. I would have to enable DLSS on top of this. Okay guys, let's get inside and enable DLSS quality on low preset. And there we go, 60 plus. Yeah, this is far more acceptable. For the low settings, you can't really notice when you look nearby. Unless you put clips side by side, it's very difficult to notice if this is low or medium or high. Unless you look at the far distance clips and terrains, they have less textures on them compared to higher presets. That's where you can easily tell. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So 68 average right there. Fairly good. Okay, one thing I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna enable medium preset with DLSS quality to see if she has those spots or noise on her face. Ah, yes, she does. She does it in 1440p. She does have, but it's still way less. Yeah, never mind. It's there. So it was happening in 1440p res actually, with DLSS turned on in medium. That her face has noise, little dots on it. It didn't happen in 1080p though, or 4K. That's weird. This one's averaging at 55. Pretty sure we're gonna drop below 50 in some areas of the game. I mean, the first chapter is much more demanding in terms of performance, even though there is not much happening in there. Okay, now I'm gonna turn on frame gen. As you can see, it has support for DLSS frame generation. This game, no FSR3 frame gen though. We're gonna use it at medium preset with DLSS quality turned on. Let's see how playable this is. Very nice. Feels really good. I can't really feel that input lag. It's very playable. For now, at least. It does feel like I'm getting 60 FPS input lag, which is really good. But we're getting 80 FPS there. And I would say this is very nice. Using frame gen. Really smooth. So frame gen is really helpful in this game. It's a really good implementation, I would say. And I don't think you should be using it without DLSS though on this GPU. It's gonna be terrible. Alright, now I'm gonna do is I preset with frame gen DLSS quality enabled. Let's see where we land. Yeah, on that 60 frame mark. Now it's quite noticeable, the input lag, and when I move, I can see, oh, what is happening? Like, how do I explain this? This visual artifacting. What should I call these? Like blurriness. Not sure if you can notice that in the video. I mean, on YouTube. It's not good for my eyes. Yeah, this is input. Just use medium preset with frame gen if you are gonna use frame gen. I mean, this is terrible. Alright guys, finally at 4K resolution, I'm using DLSS Ultra Performance at low preset. I don't think it can go any higher than low in this res. And we are hitting 60 FPS with Ultra Performance DLSS. Keep that in mind. And we are somehow hitting that 60 FPS. But who's gonna play with Ultra Performance DLSS, honestly? So we're getting 63 FPS, 64 average. What I'm gonna do on top of this is I'm gonna enable frame gen, DLSS 3 frame gen with ultra performance DLSS at low. Let's see how high we can get actually. Not much, 76, but it makes it way more smooth actually. Turning on frame gen, 75, which is really good. And it's very smooth, the frame gen, no input lag, I'm noticing. I'm just gonna stay around this area only. I don't want to trigger the cutscene. Yeah, this feels really good. Okay, next I'm gonna do is switch it to balanced DLSS and keep frame gen on at low preset. Now we're getting 60, close to 60. And now I'm noticing whenever it drops below 60, I'm noticing that visual artifacts, not artifacts, but how do I say, like there's a jitteriness in the image, especially the grass and bushes. Like I can't explain that. Just like you saw in the 1440p frame gen footage with high preset, it's the same thing. Yeah, definitely not gonna play like this. Okay, up next, I'm gonna turn off frame gen, go to DLSS quality at low. So DLSS quality low preset, we're getting 40 frames. Don't expect 40 in many areas. It's gonna drop to 30s. As you can see, it's already dropping there. Frame time is really hovering around 20, 23. And VRAM is surprisingly well below 8 gigs. I mean, even below 7. I mean, yeah, we're using low preset. But as I've been saying, this game's low doesn't really look like low. So yeah, for that, the texture, the VRAM texture is not using that much VRAM, even though they look pretty good, the textures, apart from the ones in the distance. Anyways, guys, this will be it for this video. Do leave a like if you haven't and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys on the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.